25 seconds alive. 25.
Taylor Ashton grew up surrounded by the Pacific Ocean and the old-growth rainforests of Canada's west coast. He's a Vancouver native, but has been living in New York the last few years. His songs are inspired by the crooked, primeval funk of traditional old-time music, the humor and heartbreak of Randy Newman, the cosmic emotionality of mid-career Joni Mitchell, and the sage vulnerability of Bill Withers. Somehow, he finds a way to make this all work on the clawhammer banjo. Taylor is excited to finally release his debut solo recording in 2019. So get ready for Taylor Ashton. Please send your questions in the comments section because we're going to have a live Q&A following the performance. Tonight's host is Kevin Hondo Griffith, and this is Bridgeside Live.
Welcome to the studio, Taylor Ashton.
Feels like yesterday, feels like years ago, when I hear you on my radio. I can't tune you out, I can't change my tune, I can't see that changing anytime soon. And on the other side of every street, I swear I see you and I escape a beat. But when I look again, it is never you. It's a dream that's never coming true. And it feels like yesterday you were here, and it feels like years that you've been gone. I can picture you so vividly. Yeah, I can breathe, I can feel you breathing next to me on that fire escape in the summer heat. 7 stories from the street, and then the real world starts to look so strange, like a painted backdrop on a stage. And this bowl of fruit isn't edible. This world is two-dimensional. Yeah. And it feels like yesterday you were here, and it feels like years that you've been gone. And it feels so far away and yet so near. And it feels like years that you've been gone. Cool. Thank you, Bay Ridge. I'm gonna do a song now that this is a little bit of a tribute to that feeling that you get after you've had a cold for longer than you care to remember, like one of those like 2-week colds, where you kind of forget what it's like to not have a whole skull full of snot, and
and you just kind of have resigned to this type of life that's kind of just sort of a lesser, more tired, more congested kind of existence. And it's that day that you're finally not sick. You know, you just somehow in the night you break over to the other side, and you wake up and you can fully breathe, and you like feel like drinking coffee for the first time in 2 weeks, and you just celebrate how good it feels to just feel completely normal. I think that's also a feeling you can get when you cut people out of your life that don't make you feel good. So this is about that. It's called I Love You Anyway. Or it might just be called Anyway. Anyway.
You're humble and you're kind. You are easy on my mind. I know you care what I have to say. The things you say are true, and you always follow through. But I love you anyway. I love you anyway. You have no thirst for tears. You don't play into my fears. My words go in one ear and then they stay. And whenever I am blue, you always have a clue. And I love you anyway. I love you anyway. 'Cause you show me the respect I have learned to not expect. Yeah, you are not the kind that I always seem to find. Well, your love is not a game. You take no pleasure in my pain. You let me know I'm sane and that I'm okay. And in a crowded room, you talk and you listen to. And I love you anyway. I love you anyway. I love you anyway. Love you anyway. I love you anyway. Yeah, well, I love you anyway. I love you anyway. I love you anyway.
Alrighty. Well. This is called a banjo. And this next song is a song called Pretenders. And it's a love song.
Other women sure can be something, but I don't wanna make a mother out of any of them. 'Cause they're lit by torches on summer porches. And I would be a liar if I said they're not gorgeous, 'cause they're tall and slender, and they're warm and tender, but they're just pretenders. And other men, they can see you shining, and if they ever wanna tell you so, well, I hope you listen, 'cause they're tall and handsome, and they're good at dancing. And if you want a little love from them, well, maybe you should have some, 'cause they've got shiny feathers, and they're shit together, but they're just pretenders. Don't seem quite real. Something is a little off about how they feel, and they may tide us, and they may sit beside us, when we're in the cities miles away where fate may find us. But when the day is ending, pull up your bedding to dream about the one you know is not pretending.
Thanks a lot. So, just for those of you watching at home, it's an honor that you've included me in your digital regime today, or whatever. You know, there's a lot to look at on the internet, and I'm not a cat or bad news. You know, there's a lot of sort of normal internet stuff. And it's cool that you've tuned into this. And so in sort of lieu of there being a lot of, you know, like sort of tens, hundreds, really, thousands of adoring fans physically here, I'm just imagining you all in your, you know, various zones all around the universe, just losing your minds. And it's really getting me through right now. And so I'm going to dedicate this song to all of you out there in internet land. It's a song about the nature of time. I'm no expert. I haven't studied it. The only way I've studied the nature of time is by traveling through it. And one thing I have noticed, I've made one observation. It hasn't been peer reviewed, but I've noticed that it tends to really only go in one direction. You know, it's, you know, the past, the present, the future seems to be this kind of linear thing. But it's bittersweet because we have a human imagination and we have memory. And so it feels like you should be able to go into your imagination and back into your memories because they're so vivid. But it really doesn't work that way. And so this is a song about the things that are gone, even though you can so vividly imagine them still being there. And but they're really gone. And this is called Nicole.
The smoke I put back into the smokestacks, the napkins formed into ancient trees, the eyes came out heart of the ocean. Yeah, you're coming home to me, Nicole. They forgot how to split the atom, and the chimpanzees forgot how to fight, and they're moving back into the water. Oh yeah, and you are coming home tonight. Oh, Nicole. Well, the scrolls are in stock in Alexandria, and meat is growing on dinosaur bones, and the continents are coming together. Oh yeah, and you are coming home. Oh, Nicole. Oh, yeah, Nicole. Well, I learned how to keep a promise, and you learned how to make up your goddamn mind. We learned how to stop competing, and you're coming home for good this time. I said you're coming home for good this time. Oh, and you are coming home for good this time. Oh, Nicole. Oh, yeah, Nicole. Nicole. Oh, yeah, Nicole.
Okay. Well, I've lived in New York for a few years, and I've completed a couple of firsts this week, which, you know, it's a big city, so there's a lot to do. One of those things is this is my first time in Bay Ridge. I'm having a great time so far. Yeah. What's up, Bay Ridge? Pandering to the audience here. And the other thing that I did this week for the first time that I've been meaning to do for a long time is I went to the Russian Turkish baths, and in the East Village, and that was so great. Especially they have a freezing cold ice pool there, and I think it's important to submerge yourself in extremely cold water from time to time. Really water of any temperature, but I think the colder the better. And the song is kind of about that. This isn't about jumping in an ice cold pool in a dark cave in the East Village, but it's about jumping in the ocean. It's called The Curse.
edge of town, just before the sun came up. A little coffee in a paper cup. We scared away the crows and took off our clothes and ran into the surf to lift the curse. On one of our clandestine walks, 100,000 city blocks, by the light of a waning moon, I think we knew our love was doomed. We tried to find some levity underneath the olive tree, and you were reaching for your purse to lift the curse. Gave me one thing before you left, a pack of half-smoked cigarettes with the ghost of a kiss on everyone. And now your spirit fills my lungs. If there was a song that I could sing to lift the shadow off this thing, you know I'd wear out every verse to lift the curse. Did I only make it worse when I tried to lift the curse?
Thank you. All right. Sweet. I come from Canada originally, and so there's certain things. I think probably if you go to Canada and you're an American, there's going to be little differences that you find. From my perspective, the differences are actually here. And one of them is that we don't have any Waffle Houses in Canada. And so when I got to the States, I was really excited to go to Waffle House for the first time. I think probably just because the name is so silly. And I don't know, there's something kind of beautiful about the sign, you know, the 6 boxes on top and the 5 on the next row. And it just kind of felt like there was this like spiritual pilgrimage that I need to make. And when I got to New York City, I realized that there are no Waffle Houses in New York City. There's a lot of great diners here, but I had to go to Colorado before I could make it to a Waffle House. And I think I had pretty realistic expectations of what it was going to be like, and so it did not disappoint. And the song is called Loving Hands.
Colorado Highway Drive, sun is sinking in the sky, makes me think of reddened eyes after a good cry. Static on the stereo slowly turns into a song. I believe my heart belongs in your loving hands. house sign burns against the running tide of the denim evening sky. I see the light. I take a table by the window. The feeling comes on strong. I believe my heart belongs in your loving hands. In your loving hands you'd find a heart as soft as a clementine, if you'd be so inclined to let me try to measure out my words again, and this time they won't come out wrong. I believe my heart belongs in your loving hands. I said, I believe my heart belongs in your loving hand.
Thank you. Okay, well, this is a pretty new song called Skeletons by the Sea. And it's about going to the beach. I wrote this after going to Rockaway Beach one day. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Just everybody getting kind of as naked as they can and hanging out in that state that, you know, you have your city life and you go out to the beach and you can kind of get into a whole different mode. And it's nice to see people in a huge crowd that are all just like they're like determined to chill. And I find it really beautiful. So here we go. Skeletons by the Sea.
The sun is beating and the haze goes on for years. In the distance, the shoreline disappears. Human skin is fuzzy as a peach, stretched on the skeletons on the beach. And there's a little airplane pulling ads across the sky. And there's margaritas from the backpack bottle guy. And there's a sea of flesh, all brown and white and black and tanned, stretched on the skeletons on the sand. And I love your body, everybody. I love your body, everybody. With the full exposure to the salty summer air, and my suit forgotten, so I'm in my underwear. So much skin, oh baby, and so little clothes on all the skeletons in repose. Well, I just dried off, but I'm going in again with my 3D goggles and the polarizing lens. I got X-ray vision, so I'm seeing through your skin to the skeleton there within. And I love your body, everybody. everybody, everybody. Oh. Well, you can call me morbid, but I just think it's neat to think about the fact that we're all made of meat, and we're roasting in the sun like a beach day barbecue. I've got a skeleton, so do you. Whether you're short or tall, big or small, wrinkled, loose or tight, we're gathered here for kisses from the source of all the light, taking sandy bites of watermelon and sipping on iced tea. Oh, the skeletons by the sea. Said, oh, skeletons by the sea. Oh, skeletons by the sea. I love your body, everybody. I love your body, everybody. Well, trying to be your best self is an ongoing project, and I don't always try that hard, but I'll go through times of thinking about it a little bit more. But the song is kind of about that myth of self-improvement, and it's called Straight Back. So bent out of shape, gotta keep my head up, I got to concentrate, lift my chin, yeah, and sit up straight. I got such a bad tendency to slouch, to spend the whole day on the couch, and that seems so pathetic, baby, without you. So I've been thinking about how I hold my body since I can't hold yours. Myself wishing I could turn back time, and wondering if you might still be mine, if I had only kept an erect spine. Yeah. So I've been thinking about how I hold my body since I can't hold yours. Yeah, I've been thinking about how I hold my body since I can't hold yours. Well, I've been working on my posture, baby, since I lost you, as if a straight back could bring thinking about how I hold my body since I can't hold yours. I've been thinking about how I hold my body since I can't hold yours. Yeah, I've been thinking about how I hold my body since I can't hold yours. Woo! Yeah. All right, thank you. Beautiful. Well, this is the last song that I intended to play, and I can see I'm looking at a clock that indicates that I have a lot more time left than that. But maybe it'll just be a short and sweet one, or maybe I'll play it and then there will be some sort of godly voice that will say, play another one, but in the meantime, I'll just assume this is the last one. Yeah. Cool. Well, this has been a real pleasure. It's been an unusual type of performance experience for me. But I like that because I will remember it. Thanks to all of you out there in internet land. Thanks to Bridgeside Live for having me, and I'll leave you with this one. This is a song about dreams and how they can be kind of therapeutic, and this is called If You Can Hear Me. Once again, I have been Taylor Ashton. If you're interested in keeping up with me on the internet, I assume you probably have the skills to figure out where to go to do that. Yeah, you'll find me. Okay, here we go. If you can hear me. Every night you and I talk it out in my dreams. I wonder what that's supposed to signify. It isn't hard to find the words to finally say what I mean. But I awake and like a spooked flock they fly. But maybe I sent them to your sky. And if you can hear me, give me a sign. 'Cause there's a receiver in your heart of mine. If you got a problem, that's what I'm here for. Wrap yourself up in my arms of yours. By the stripes of yellow light coming in through the blinds, don't our bodies look like waves in the night? Isn't there a disconnect between our mouths and our minds? 1,000 things we'd like to say but still can't quite. I just want to tell you it's alright. And if you can hear me, give me a sign. 'Cause there's a receiver in your heart of mine. If you got a problem, that's what I'm here for. Wrap yourself up in my arms of yours. Give me a sign. Yeah, if you can hear me, then give me a sign, 'cause there's a receiver in your heart of mine. If you got a problem, that's what I'm here for. Wrap yourself up in my arms of yours. Said if you can hear me, give me a sign, 'cause there's a receiver in your heart of mine. If you got a problem, that's what I'm here for. Wrap yourself up in my arms of yours. Said if you can hear me, give me a sign, 'cause there's a receiver in your heart of mine. If you got a problem, that's what I'm here for. Wrap yourself up in my arms of yours.
All right. Thank you very much. Cool.
Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Taylor Ashton. He's much greater than a cat. He's much greater than bad news. Make sure you send your questions in so we can give you those answers. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to take it back in time, season 2, to the Larkin Loon. Oh, yeah.
Go Bridgeside.
Down and down, hard up times seems to describe every day of mine, every luck of the draw, every roll of the dice. Well, I can point on my fingers, I can point on my toes. The only one to blame, I suppose, is silly and oh so stubborn me.
I know sometimes I can make your life difficult. I know I can make you miserable, but someday I'm gonna change my tune.
Well, someday you're gonna change your tune.
Most of the things I say are laughable, but you know my love is actual, and nothing's gonna change that now.
We're about as lucky as a three-leaf clover. We're burning bright like a supernova. But someday we're gonna change our tune. Well, I know sometimes I might get unpredictable. The gifts I give you might be unoriginal. But someday I am gonna change my tune.
I know you're gonna change your tune.
People have said they find I'm unrelatable, but our dreams are still attainable. Nothing's gonna change that now. We're about as lucky as a three-leaf clover. We're burning bright like a supernova. But someday we're gonna change our tune.
Let's hear that harmonica, Jeff.
Different colors, the same team. At odds, yet the same squad. It doesn't matter if we disagree. We know our lives might be unconventional, reprehensible, at least we're presentable. Nothing's gonna change that now. About as lucky as a three-leaf clover, burning bright and it's free. Someday we're gonna change our tune
On the way up to the moon.
Someday we're gonna change our tune.
Go Bridgeside.
What's up, guys? This is your boy Hondo, Bridgeside Live every Tuesday night. You know what it is, live music, and I'm sitting with the amazing Taylor Ashton.
Yo,
Yo, that was an amazing set, man.
thank you so
But
much.
First, I just wanted to compliment the style, baby. Is that like Canadian chic? Because I see the cat on the lapels.
Oh yeah.
I see the two-piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Smooth.
Well, you know, I realized that during the set I was thanking everybody for tuning in because there's so many great cat videos that you can watch online. But with the cat lapel, I don't know if the camera can see that there, but that's we got the cat content in tonight. So,
Nice. So tell me where you're from originally.
I grew up in Vancouver, BC. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how'd you make your way all the way down here to New York?
Well, I actually moved east a couple times from Vancouver. I moved out to Winnipeg, Manitoba, which is in the middle of Canada, then to Toronto, and eventually, you know, I would spend a couple years living in each place, and just the whole time was just listening to so much music that I knew was being made in New York, and like reading books that were set in New York, and just kind of getting obsessed. And so I started taking trips down here. And
Nice.
Just
What would
didn't
you
wanna
say is like the greatest inspiration from the music that you create? What would you describe your genre? I got like this really soulful country folk like energy from it, and I love every record that you played. So how would you describe your sound?
Soulful country folk. That's great.
That's cool? I
yeah,
love it?
yeah. All right.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
I like that right there.
Cool. Yeah, I mean,
So-
you know, I don't really care what you call it as long as you like it. Yeah.
So any projects coming up, anything that you're working on that the people would love to come see you at, or, you know, make sure that we're tuned into?
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about a show that's coming up here in Brooklyn on September 13th, which is a Friday, the 13th.
Oh.
A couple of amazing musicians, Cole Kamen Green, who is an amazing trumpet player and plays like a lot of electronic instruments and plays really amazing music. He's in the band Cuddle Magic and a lot of other projects. He'll be doing a set, and also my buddy Charlotte Cornfield, who is an amazing songwriter from. She actually lived in New York when I moved down here, but she moved back to Toronto, which is where she's from.
Cool.
So I'm excited about that because I'm excited to just be at that show, let alone play a set.
I feel you.
And I just in the past couple of months just wrapped up my first sort of solo record, my first like Taylor Ashton record. I've made a lot of albums with bands and projects and duos and
Where can I find that at? Where can I get your?
Well, that's
Still
not
in the
out,
works, right? Okay.
Yeah, so there's some music up, on Spotify and all that stuff that is from my other projects. I put out an album last August with my friend Courtney Hartman, so
Cool.
that's up there. But the Taylor Ashton thing is it's in the wings, but early next year is probably
I like that.
when
I like
it'll
that.
drop.
Interwebs, make sure you stay tuned for that guy.
Yeah.
Amazing. Taylor Ashton. Woo! So what we're going to do right now, right? We're going to take some questions from the interwebs. So Voice of God. I know you're talking about the Voice of God
Oh,
in your
yeah.
last record.
Hello.
So Voice of God, come in.
This is God. So, what did you start playing? The banjo or a guitar?
All right.
What would you start off with?
I started by playing the guitar, but what I originally wanted to play was the electric bass.
Okay.
And then when I came home and I told my dad that I was like, I want to play the bass. He said, well, we have a guitar, so you can play that. And then banjo came just a couple years later. There was some just some local musicians around who were
The
playing.
banjo, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah.
a different instrument.
It's different. It kind of hearing it played in the clawhammer style, like the way that I play it is like it's with the fingernail and the thumb. You know, there's the bluegrass 3-finger style is played with picks, and the clawhammer style is kind of this percussive. Like it's related a lot more to the way that it was played, like in the 1800s, like the way that the African instruments that it's sort of descended from are and were played. So there's these like polyrhythmic, sort of syncopated. It's like a whole universe that I just am endlessly inspired by. Just like I feel like there's like a huge dance party just in the banjo. So
wicked, man.
Yeah.
So wicked. Voice of God. Are we good?
You rang? Hello.
Hello.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, another question.
Great. We got one more question. You said you've been in New York for a few years. How are you enjoying your time in New York, and how does it most differ from Canada?
How does it most differ from Canada? Well, I don't know. New York is like, it's gritty, you know?
It's jumping, right, all the time?
There's just like, there's so much energy. You go to a quiet part of New York, and it's not quiet.
No, it's not.
You know, and, you know, I don't love that all the time, but I do, like, it really does energize me, and, like, I think,
Did you feel more creativity here in New York City as you make, like, did you write more music while you were here?
It's, you know, it's in waves, you know? It's like, sometimes I feel like I got to retreat into the woods, like, get the hell out. And,
Get off the grid.
And, like, kind of process the time in the city. And then sometimes it's like I'll have, like, a few weeks where I'm here, and, like, it'll just be songs. And I'll be, like, going out to, like, crazy shows. Like, just there's so much incredible music that's available in New York City on any given night. That was the thing that kind of blew me away the first time I came here, was just, like, I came for 3 days, and I saw, like, 6 amazing shows of, like, some of, you know, musicians that I'd wanted to see for ages, and I'd see them in, like, tiny venues, and you know, they're like home from tour and trying stuff out, and it's just kind of, there's just so much inspiration, and just so much that's like happened in New York, and to like be inspired by, like, you know, like the Chelsea Hotel, like that's a vibe that's like,
you ever had dollar pizza yet?
What's that?
You ever had dollar pizza in the city yet?
Oh, check this out. This is my dollar pizza tattoo.
Oh,
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is officially a New Yorker.
I'm all about it. I got my favorites. I got my, like, top 10 favorites in order. Like, I got it all figured out.
That is so wicked. That is so embedded into New York. He got a pizza logo tattooed on the ankle, baby. Yo, Taylor Ashton, once again, such an amazing show. I'm your boy Hondo. Make sure that you tune in next week, Tuesday. We have an amazing set for y'all. Love you. Peace and love. Electric Dream. Yeah.
All right.
Go Bridgeside.
Thank you, Bridgeside! This is your farewell now. Come on, baby. Calling me crazy, and you'll never forget what you see.